Math 1 EOC Practice Test number 13. The height in inches of each student in Megan's algebra class is shown. Select 3 measures that will be affected if a student who is 77 inches tall joins the class. Alright, so it says select 3. So we need to make sure we choose 3 answers here. Alright, so the easiest thing to do is to plug this in your calculator and get all of these values. So let's pull up the graphing calculator. And if you go to Stat, you can do Edit and it pulls up your list. Now to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and added all of these in here. So there are 20 values that I added. 4 times 5, so 20 values I put in here. And I put them all in list 1. Okay, now go back to Stat. Once you have your numbers in there, you can do second quit and then go back to Stat, but we've already entered it, so we don't need to edit this time. This time we need to calculate. And you're going to calculate one var stats, and it's going to give us all the information that we need. All right, pull from list 1. Yes, that's where we put our numbers in list 1. And then enter through to it says calculate. All right, so for this, you're going to see the symbol here that says X with a bar. That's your mean, okay? The mean for this set is 65.3. And then interquartile range, that's Q3. Interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. So let's go to our calculator again and Q3 minus Q1. All right, so our interquartile range is Q3 is 70 minus 62. 70 minus 62 is 8. All right, and the median, it gives you the median here on the calculator. It says the median is 65. And that's represented just MED. And then the range. Let's see if it gives us the range. The range is the difference between the highest and the lowest number. So I don't think it gives it to us on the calculator here, but we can easily find the range by looking at the set of data. All right, so if you look at the set of data, these are in order from lowest to greatest. So our range comes simply from taking the difference of the highest and the lowest number. So my range is 72 minus 54. All right, and 72 minus 54 equals 18. So my range is 18. And this is highest minus lowest number. I am not writing very good today, I'm sorry. All right, and then standard deviation. So standard deviation is also given in our calculator here. So the standard deviation is this little symbol here. So our standard deviation of X So our standard deviation of X is equal to 4.828. All right, so that's the information from the table. Now it says select 3 measures that will be affected if a student who is 77 inches tall joins the class. So we can easily change our table. So if we do second quit and we go to Stat, this time we are going to edit because we're going to add one more number to our table. So we're going to come down here. I know there's 20 numbers in the table. So I'm going to go to space 21 where there's nothing, and I'm going to put in 77 and hit enter. All right, now we can go back to stat and calculate 1 var stat, hit enter, and it's going to give us our new numbers. So we looked at, let's look at interquartile range. So our Q3 minus Q1 is going to be 70 minus 62. So that one's going to be the same. So this one's the same. So it's not going to change. It says which one will be affected. This one stayed the same, so it's not going to be affected. And then we look at the mean. All right, so the mean is the x with the bar over it. And it's usually the first thing on here. So 65.85. So 65.85 is higher than the other mean. So the mean has been affected. All right, let's look at the median. The median is the middle number if they're all lined up in order. The median is 65, and the median was 65. So the median has not been affected. So that one has not changed. The range goes from 54 to 72. Adding 77, it's going to be from 54 to 77. So the range will be affected. So the new range would be 77 minus 54. And 77 minus 54 is 23. So the range went from 18 to 23. So D is an answer. Since it says select 3, we know the E should be an answer as well, but let's check it from our answers here. So if you go up, standard deviation of X for the new set with the 77 added is going to be 5.32. So it went from 4.8 to 5.3, so the standard deviation has also been affected. So your calculator will give you all of these answers except for the range. You just have to know how to interpret the data. So put it in stats in your list and then do 1 var stat to get these numbers. All right, the answer to number 13 is B, D, and E.